Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Wednesday, November 25th, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. We will not be broadcasting tomorrow, Thanksgiving the 26th, or on Friday the 27th. The next broadcast will be Monday, November 30th. There was a very strong 7.6 earthquake that struck near the Peruvian-Brazilian border last night. It fortunately was about 360 miles below the surface. Usually with earthquakes, the deeper they are, the less damage there is on the surface. There have been reports of some damage or injuries in the interior of the country. Some of the photographs that have come out do show buildings reduced to rubble. There are no reports of any casualties yet. There was a 5.9 magnitude aftershock just about 10 minutes after the main 7.6 quake. The earthquake was felt as far away as Lima, Peru, and also in cities in Argentina and Bolivia. The big global broker Marsh McLennan is reporting that global property insurance rates dipped by 5% in the third quarter. This marks the 11th successive quarter of rate decreases in the property space. Rate reductions were most pronounced in the Asia-Pacific region, where they were in excess of 7.5%. While in Western Europe and the U.S. they were between 2.5% and 5% decreases. Casualty rates shrunk by about 4%, with Asia and Pacific and the UK seeing the biggest reductions. There were some increases, mainly in the financial and professional lines, where the U.S. and UK premiums increased by about 2.5%, but Marsh said this is mainly due to a 15% hike in the price of U.S. cyber insurance, and which is going to be continuing to skyrocket further upward in cost, that's for sure. Lloyds syndicate Marketform's chief underwriting officer Simon Lotter has resigned after 17 years as the company's most senior underwriter. He had already tendered his resignation ahead of the appointment of the new CEO, Martin Reith, who joined the company 2 weeks ago. The Belgian government said that the reason that they were so uptight about Sunday with a pending terrorist attack was that they believed that there were indications that there would be attacks on Sunday evening. They fortunately did not materialize. The Interior Minister Jean Jambon said that otherwise you don't impose terror level 4, the highest possible level when the threat is assessed as serious and imminent. He refused to elaborate as to what kind of attack was planned, but the government believes that it was able to disrupt it. The government has also ordered health and emergency services in Belgium to take special precautions to make sure that their services are not infiltrated by terrorists. The health minister told hospitals, we have to be sure we can see everybody has an identification badge. When the ambulances arrive, we have to see from where they come who is in it. Very interesting. Meanwhile, this weekend, Paris is girding for a visit of 140 world leaders who are expected to arrive to discuss climate change. This will also include the arrival of President Obama. The country remains on high alert for possible terror attacks after extremists killed 130 people on November the 13th. Tunisia's interior minister says the death toll of an explosion targeting the presidential guard has now risen to 13. It's also been confirmed that it was a suicide attack. Apparently, one person jumped on the bus right before the bomb exploded. His body is the one that remains unidentified. The president of Tunisia has declared a month-long state of emergency. In Fiji, in the South Pacific, the maritime authority is saying that the entrance to Suba harbor is in fact safe for shipping. This is following the sinking of a vessel there yesterday. Yesterday, the MS Suilven began listing as soon as it arrived in the harbor, and it sank within an hour. The 27 crew members and 4 passengers were rescued. Oil spill equipment as well as other ships are on standby to clean up either the spill or pick up any floating debris that may emerge from the sunken ship. Officials in Australia say that at least 2 people have been killed and others injured by huge wildfires that have destroyed homes near the southern Australia city of Adelaide. They continue to burn out of control. The blaze has torched about 210,000 acres of farm and woodland and threatens several towns near Adelaide. Now, Adelaide is a big town, it's a big city. The fire remains uncontrolled. There are 300 firefighters fighting it right now on a 25-mile front. And you wonder where terrorists like these have gone. A bomb has exploded outside the headquarters of Greece's Business Federation in Athens last night. This is the first major attack since Alexis Tsipras assumed power in January. The blast was triggered by a timer. It did not cause any injuries. It was a much bigger attack than normal. The strength of the explosion was a stone's throw from the Greek parliament. It also extensively damaged several buildings, including a popular hotel, and it did extensive damage to the Embassy of Cyprus, which was located right across the street. It also did quite a bit of damage to its intended target, the Greek Federation of Enterprises. Fortunately, this is old-fashioned terrorism. Two Greek newspapers received warning calls at 3 a.m. that a bomb had been planted outside the Business Federation. Police rushed to the scene. There was no immediate claim of responsibility. However, a proclamation surfaced from an anarchist group taking responsibility, saying that they're urging Greeks to ensure a Black December by taking part in a month of coordinated actions against banks, department stores, schools, and city halls, spreading the message of rebellion against fascists and bosses. Warning notices, bombs being detonated in the middle of the night, and protests against bosses. That's anarchism the way it was in former times. We have a different scenario today. That's the news for today. If you're celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, have a peaceful and safe holiday. If not, we'll see you on Monday.